It'll be interesting how he gets on now. I think Alfie must win for Alfie, so under a bit of pressure.
I think these two over the years have practiced together quite a bit. Surprisingly, they've only played each other on one occasion in a pro tournament. It was last season. O'Sullivan won 4-1, last 32 of the Northern Ireland Open. But even then, Burden showed what he could do, making a 127 break in his lone frame success.
Yeah, it's funny that both been around for so long and only played each other once. But it's all forgotten now, that anyway. It's all about today. Beyond the sort of yellow line will be a good spot to find if you can find it. I don't think that's too bad a line, probably not hard enough. That's it, that's what I meant. That's a good shot there from Alfie. Good chance of this red, but he's not going to have much idea where the white's going to go. It's probably a bit of a hit and hope, really. Try and avoid a thick cannon and get up the table. But he's got to make sure he gets the red. Both cannon and the black miss the red.
What?
He's already looking, had to get back down the table. How he's going to plot his way down there. He's just going to nudge him, just make his way down there. And I want to plot the black sooner or later, get that on his spot. Yeah, straight away he's going to pot it, make the table look more familiar.
One thing that O'Sullivan will struggle to do in this match is to be faster than he was in his first match. His average shot time against Farrokh Ajaib was 11.7 seconds. That's Usain Bolt stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing. It just shows you how relaxed he is. And his amazing play. Just, if you want to play quicker, you have to think clearly. So you don't second guess yourself. He just trusts himself. First shot he sees, he plays it and just gets on with it. And that enables him to have that sort of fluent play like that.
Didn't make too many mistakes of that nature against Ajaib. And as we've said about Burden, he can score heavily. And with a couple of wins in this match, and next up against Ajaib, he could actually top the table.
Yeah, after saying all that about Ronnie, you know, he's a human being at the end of the day, so and the game's really hard, so they can miss. And Alfie's obviously going to try and take advantage of that. In a way, Alfie's mindset is a good place because he knows he's got to win. There's no sort of, you know, looking behind himself. He just has to keep potting balls and win, and sometimes that can help you mentally. And you just get on with it. You can fully commit to everything you play. disappointed there. It was a good chance.
I spoke to him this morning before play got underway, and he was telling me that he hasn't played an awful lot, and he's actually employing a new cue. So the combination of those two things doesn't bode too well. Our conversation also was about his son, Lenny, who's a very good footballer. He's a really good prospect, centre midfielder down at Bristol Rovers.
Yeah, Alfie puts a lot of time in with him, works hard with him when he's home. Obviously, Alfie's got a football background as well, so he knows what he's talking about there. So, yeah, it's been you just wish him well. Really, he's got hopefully a good future in front of him.
Yeah, it's been well documented about Burden. He was first and foremost in his school days a footballer of some repute as well, but injury meant that he couldn't follow his career path.
60.
Wanting to be a pro. So he took up snooker. And very quickly, it was obvious he had a real natural aptitude for it.
Yeah, I think he won the British under-16. I can remember then because I was around then. And we played for England together. Me, Alfie, Paul, and I think David Gray was originally in the side. I think he was replaced by Paul Bunyard in the end. But yeah, it was quite a strong junior game then. But Ronnie looks great here again. Just puts the white in the perfect area. Got full control again.
32. 33.
Just the teeniest misjudgment there to leave a little bit awkward queuing, but it was never going to be any kind of problem.
Yeah, like I was saying this morning, he's the way he controls the white is just incredible, really. Just always in the right position. Never has to test himself, which obviously takes the pressure off him.
48.
And yeah, just incredible player.
49.
And when the best of all time eventually exits stage left, they do leave a vacuum, don't they? It's happened in so many sports.
55.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it looks like he can go on for years. Yeah, I don't think that don't look anywhere close, but eventually it will happen. It'll be a massive loss to the game, but obviously other players will come through and replace him, but I think it's just been a privilege to be around the game while he's around it, because
62.
You know, I think for me at times he's just took it to a new level. And I think not only the way he plays, the standard he plays, it's just the way he does it. It looks so good. So yeah, fantastic. It's like he could make 50 break and look better than somebody making 140. just effortless.
Ronnie O'Sullivan,
but it isn't
68
effortless,
on the first
obviously.
frame.
He's trying his best.
So that's frame over again in double quick time. He missed a chance early on, but then Burden earned himself. O'Sullivan, with his second bite of the cherry, makes a break of 68. And with that, he takes a 1-0 lead.
The Kazoo champion of champions.
He looked like he had it won. He looked like he'd lost it.
You can't say that's the killer blow. Well, you can say it was a hammer blow.
Two devastating breaks. He's on the brink.
101 for O'Sullivan. He's got a frame on the board. He looked mighty good in doing it.
What a way to open your account for the season. I get the feeling it will not be his last trophy this campaign.
Professional snooker isn't easy, take it from me. But Ronnie O'Sullivan has the knack of making it look so.
Alfie Burden to break.
And to this point today, he's having it easy. 4 frames played, 4 frames won. But in this format, can't rest on any laurels, has to keep pushing forward. And if he can win this match, whether it's 3-0 or 3-1, he'll only need a draw against Alexander Ursenbacher in the closing match tonight to top the table and come back at the end of the month for phase 2.
Yeah, Alfie would be disappointed because he did have a good chance. He missed that black off the spot and missed it, and then it left Ronnie in to win. So he'll try and take that out of his mind.
1.
He's not landed again. That's a fantastic pot there. It's probably going, and you might have thought, I'm going to go for it now. See
6.
what happens. You try if you can. If you can get high on the blue here, it's a good pack to go into off the blue. Hit that pink. He's got a chance to do it. Doesn't have to do it yet, but if he gets perfect on the blue, he'll probably play it. Although, I think I might have spotted a little bit of a plant into this corner, on the left corner, but I don't, you not play it on this shot anyway. Okay, there's a red going towards there. If it's that pink on the top, it's just nudging a red towards that pocket and it can go in.
12. 30.
.45 years of age now, Alfie Burden, turned pro as a teenager in 1994. And one thing's never changed with him. He's always been of an attacking mindset.
20.
Yeah, he scores well when he gets going. He's got a lovely ball strike, and he moves the balls around pretty easily. So if he does get going, he can reel frames off.
21.
But obviously that's easier said than done. I don't know whether any reds go now, so he's got to move something unless he can play it in the middle. But I've got to go into him now, so he's got to hit this well. Is it that brilliant pin unlucky there? Is it that really good shot there?
28.
One of the toughest ways to split the bunch, going off the top cushion first.
29.
He didn't get much joy. Potted a good red nevertheless. And again, positionally, he's been unfortunate.
Yeah, I didn't think he was on that red, but he's potted it and he's still got a chance to keep it going. Try and get a cannon off one of these reds to stay down the table. And he's missed him and he knows on the other red, so it looked like it was spoiled, but he's back in perfect position.
Yeah, that was a really good shot on the pink. So thin. And not only knocking it in, but also, as Michael said, keeping control of the cue ball. So he's O'Sullivan going to suffer his first frame loss of the day.
35.
Yeah, if we just come round to see if this red next to the black goes in the right-hand corner, because that's the only thing that'll be upsetting him in a minute as far as where these reds are.
36.
I mean, you don't have to panic yet, but if you move that red, then it will be sort of, the table will look great for him. Landed a bit awkward,
40.
but I think he's still got the red in the middle.
Thanks.
Yeah, he was so frightened of hitting a push shot there.
Alfie
He's
Burden 40.
not hit it. Make you look daft.
Well, that's a shot you don't see too often.
One.
Yeah, just so mindful of not pushing. He didn't do anything. O'Sullivan slightly over screwed the white here. But that recovery blue, we were talking about this, myself and Sean Murphy in commentary last week. He's made that shot his own
6.
from the time he turned professional in '92. That recovery blue has been Ronnie O'Sullivan's.
7.
Yeah, he just, it's not a shot that he'll find particularly hard, but just the mindset to just, I'm not right, I fancy this, I'll knock it in, and that's just that champion's mindset. It's just brilliant to watch, really.
$12.
I don't know whether he can play on the pink here to go into him. I think that's what he's played, yeah. So
30.
plotting this pink, he's going to move the reds out. Just make sure that he doesn't stick onto anything. So try and put a bit of spin on maybe, just to get away from the reds. There you are, look. Now he's absolutely A1.
And the snooker computer that's in O'Sullivan's brain, which is of an immense capacity.
Thanks. 90.
It's as though he works on instinct. Knows exactly what to do. And he can do it.
20.
He's got the knowledge and the expertise, plus the accuracy and the technique.
Yeah, and he just trusts himself. He backs himself. He sees a shot, he plays it. You never see him sort of play a negative shot. He knows that's a shot he'd play in practice, so he just plays it. And now he's just landed in a bit of trouble there, saying all that. But yeah, he's just got so much belief in his own ability. And why wouldn't you?
26.
And look at that. Not just the pot, but enabling the cue ball to stop before the baulk line and leave him the green there. Again, though, that's 2 bad positional shots in 3 shots. You won't like that. That's what
29.
really gets under his skin.
That's 2 bad positional shots and picking himself off the floor now.
30. Thanks.
But a good recovery again. I think one of the most intimidating things about playing Ronnie is the fact that he looks so calm, and when he keeps knocking those testers in, it's sort of a bit demoralising.
$33.
A little tester again. I don't know whether this red beyond near the black goes. I think it does, so he's not going to panic cannon yet, but he's missed the red. So
Right,
another
Sullivan,
chance for
33.
Alfie. He wants to take this.
Yeah, that wasn't O'Sullivan's best visit of the day, was it? Still surprising he missed this red. But the normally silky position wasn't there.
on the black, so try and play good snooker. That way he's trying to put a ball safe, maybe brown safe. And that's what
Alfie
he's done
Burden
there,
one.
and he's played a decent shot there. Played a good snooker. A little bit of insurance.
Foul and a miss. Alfie Burden 7. Yeah?
Foul and a miss called, of course, by the referee Rob Spencer. Inevitably, the cue ball will be put back.
Right.
I think those cheers represent the Championship League, don't they? Big cheers.
Yeah, we've had them for a while in the Championship League now. Tournament that's been in play for well over a decade.
It just wouldn't be the same without them, would it?
So again, O'Sullivan sits down.
He's got to develop, so he's got to really make sure he gets a good angle now to be able to move that red. I don't think
What?
the pink goes, so yeah. So be careful here, because if he misses the cannon, he'll be snookered. But you don't want to hit it full ball because he won't land. So if he goes direct, there's a shot he needs to catch this, catch the red. If he's going direct, he needs to catch it off ball, else it could go wrong. That's what he's thinking. I don't think he's got the right angle. And he knows if he drifts past it, he might be in trouble. He's just trying to play safe next, maybe.
6.
Disappointed, didn't give
Alfie
himself a
Burden
good chance to
6.
move that red. The first red was the bad shot, he didn't get the right angle.
The Championship League, either invitation or ranking, is one that Ronnie O'Sullivan has never won. Came close in 2016, lost in the overall final. That was the Invitation Championship League. Lost in the final 3-2 to Judd Trump. Pretty much every other tournament, certainly the ones of long standing, are on his CV.
It's a decent shot. He made sure he got the red safe. With those sort of positions, you can sometimes try and get too good a white and leave the red over the hole. Like that.
In a few moments' time, will O'Sullivan be clearing up to go 2-0 ahead, or will Alfie Burden be giving the reigning world champion in world number 1 something to think about?
Well, he'll feel not too bad about the situation, obviously, with that lead, but that was a good chance, and sometimes if you miss a chance to win like that, the game will come and punish you. It can It's like he says, you've had your chance and now I'm going to hurt you, but still favourite, and that's a great pot. He could play a snooker, or he could play the pot with trying to get a snooker as well, but he's put the
Alfie Burden 1.
Put the black safe, and now we've got the snooker.
Just 6 colours on the table. The brown not ideal for O'Sullivan, neither the black, but he's produced so many extraordinary clearances over the years. Burden will not be taking anything for granted. The outsider needs yellow and green. He could live to regret that, Michael.
Yeah, and he's left a chance. If he can get on a green here with a good angle. Oh, he's developed the brown.
2.
Oh, that's... he'll take that.
Five.
Just shows you how it can all change there.
No.
Burden could have put the black safer than he has, but he sacrificed the black being totally awkward to get the snooker in behind the pink.
He could get on this or try and move it. I think he's tried to move it. Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
I thought when he missed the
27
yellow that Burden
Ronnie
might
O'Sullivan.
live to regret that, and then of course O'Sullivan was fortunate to get the brown out in potting the yellow, took full advantage of his good luck, and it was a really nice clearance of the colours in the end, as he remains with an unblemished record today. He leads Alfie Burden 2-0. Building up nicely, as they normally do in the
third frame.
second session.
Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
The headline news, Ronnie O'Sullivan has played 5 frames so far today. He's won every single one of them, although the one we've just seen turned out to be a nail-biter. Let me quickly tell you over on table 2. That's available on Matchroom.live and on the Matchroom Multisport YouTube channel. Jamie Jones is within a frame of topping the group with a match to spare. There you can see he leads David Lilly, former World Seniors champion, 2-0. And what's more, Jones has played superbly to take that lead. breaks of 79 and 134. Yeah, so if Jones wins that match with 6 points, he's unassailable at the top of the group, whereas O'Sullivan, if he wins this one, he would still need a draw against Alexander Ersenbacher in the last match of the night to go through. During the course of the first week, Michael, we've had players who've clocked up 7 points and failed to qualify. We've had players win groups with 5 points. Now then, another mistake from O'Sullivan.
Yeah, it's the way the format is. Unless you're like Jamie there, you know, and results go away, you might have to win more than 2, or at least get another draw, like you say. So
One.
it's very rare you're completely out of it. It's a good chance for Alfie. Gonna probably try and work his way down to the black somehow. Got loads of options.
Six.
Yeah, move that red away from the black.
7.
Now it's all about just keeping a tight white. Putting the white in areas where you're gonna land. Just mopping those loose reds up.
Forty. $50.
Sometimes in this situation you've got that many options, you don't know which one to take, so
20.
you've not got to let yourself go down that rabbit hole and just see the shot and play it. Stay focused.
21.
Very easy to let your mind slip. Then the next thing, you've played a really bad shot.
As I mentioned before, turned pro originally in 1994. I've always found Alfie Burden to be super talented.
29.
So it was a real surprise when you look at his career record and you realise it took him 22 years to reach his first world ranking event quarter-final. At his best,
34.
a quarter-final in ranking tournaments. He's been to 4 of them.
35.
China Open, European Masters, Gibraltar Open and Scottish Open, all in the space of a 2-year span from 2016 to 2018.
Yeah, I just think it highlights how hard the game is at the pro level. 'Cause, you see Alfie full flow, he is a fantastic snooker player. But
43.
it's there's a lot of others out there that are as good. And it's easy to get beat. He might play a cannon here and he'll be on the choice of probably 3 reds. Yep, perfect. So now, in the back of his mind, he can make a big break here, but
50.
he's got to just focus on the next shot. Don't start thinking about the 100 because he's still got to pot some
51.
balls yet. Keep focused, get the white in the right spots so it can't go wrong.
$58. 59.
break building has always been one of his main attributes. He's made a 147 in pro competition. 2016 English Open.
Yeah, when I was talking about keeping focus, you see the last black he played, he just was a bit low on the red.
60.
And then he had to play up for the blue, and then he had to sort of put a little tester there, but back in perfect position. But it just highlights there how quickly it can go wrong from absolutely perfect. But it looks like he's sort of navigated that. He got a chance to make a big break now.
Thanks, Alfie. 71. 72.
I suspect watching this with great interest will be one of Alfie Burden's great pals and one of my great pals, Neil Foulds.
$79.
He's done nicely in this frame, Neil. Although the break will end there.
79 on the frame.
No century, but more than sufficient for Ronnie O'Sullivan to lose his first frame of the day, and for Alfie Burden to retain hope of gaining a draw against the world champion. O'Sullivan's lead is cut to 2-1. The outcome of the match, not the group, but the match, comes down to this frame.
The fourth frame. Alfie Burden's to break.
And win or lose this frame, it will make O'Sullivan's life much easier or more difficult in his last match against Ersenbacher. If he were to win this match, i.e. win this frame, he would only need a draw against Ersenbacher. If he loses this frame, he needs to beat Ersenbacher 3-0 or 3-1 to top the group.
Yeah, as you were saying earlier about Alfie on a new cue, Alfie's the sort of player that plays with quite a lot of side on his pots, uses a lot of helping side. So with the new cue it might throw a little bit different. It's going to affect him more than it would other players.
Over the last 5, maybe even fewer years, the philosophy towards cues seems to me to have really changed. Back in the day, you'd stick with the same cue come hell or high water. Now, lots of players change very regularly, Kyron Wilson being the prime example.
Yep, he's not on his own. Like you say, a lot of players that, you know, the old school players that stick one, it's like the part of their arm, and if they lost it, they'd break their arm. But yeah, I think players have just got a better mentality when it comes to that now, that it's just a cue. You know, as you get a decent cue, you can just play with it. It's all about the attitude. If you think, if you have to change your cue and you think you can look through rose-tinted glasses if you never miss with the last cue. But yeah, just get a cue, stick with it, and yeah, you'll be all right.
Were you a chopper and a changer?
No, it's funny that things like that. For all my weaknesses mentally, cues and tips never bothered me. I can pick a cue up. My cue I started with this season, and after 3 days I wanted to turn back. And that was after a cue I'd had for quite a long time. So yes, it's something that I never really chopped and changed with. I'd never used to blame the cue when I potted them, so I'm not going to blame him when I miss. Might have left something there.
One.
So he'll already be thinking those reds above the black. You want to probably try and manoeuvre them at some point. Don't know whether the red on the left goes.
8.
The left of the 3 above the black, I meant there.
9.
See, we're trying to work it out which way he's going to go. Didn't see anything that simple, so he went and moved it straight away. Because even though they were there, they're in the way of scoring. Those 3 reds were, so he's tried to move them really early on.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 60.
It was thin, and O'Sullivan hit it way too thin.
One.
And what a good chance this is for Burden.
Yeah, he's got a good angle on the black, I think, here to move some reds. If he hits the left-hand red of the 2 closest to the black, they could split nice. He wants to stun into him, not punch into him. Oh no, he's not played it. Oh, he might play that because he was perfect. Playing that little cannon there, it could have gone wrong, and it has done.
8.
I mean, you'll see, he'll feel he's a bit unlucky there because it could have gone anywhere. But he was on one. He's had a little moan and he's on
9.
one. Old school games they are.
Do you think he had a moan
40.
and then he realised afterwards he was on the red? I think I'll give him the benefit of the doubt
15.
there.
I think he might have done. Just seeing his body language, knowing him like I do, because he played a little cannon and thought he drifted past the red, but it's all sweetness and light again. He's gonna have to move those reds at some
20.
point, so he's got a few options. Obviously get on the black, but there's a red above, just next to the pink at any stage.
20.
You can get high on that red and just screw off it for the pink in the same pocket. You can move them with no risk really, but again, there's loads of options. I think, has he gone high enough to play that shot? No.
28.
We just pot this red and I've got the angle. We can play on the pink. Might be an option to play on the pink now, high on the pink, pot the pink, cannon the reds and stay for the reds in the left and middle. I think that's what he's thinking about now. He's not gone high enough for that
29.
shot, so reds are running out, but not going to panic yet.
35. $36. 43.
He's looking here to get on the yellow, I think, to be able to come down and move them reds under the pink.
$44.
That's not the greatest angle, so we might have to play on the red on the side rail. Oh, he's tried to make an angle that wasn't there.
Alfie
It's a problem sometimes.
44.
Don't know whether he tried to get an angle to move the reds earlier, but if you keep running out of reds, sometimes you end up not having to break down because of it.
Left-handed and stretching to the max.
One.
Didn't affect his alignment though. Now I wonder, Burden missed the yellow in the second frame, it cost him. Well, missing the yellow here cost him. It could well be all about the shot.
Yeah, it was a really good shot, that. Yeah, fantastic
8.
shot, really. Hit it so well. He's not landed amazing. Still got to play a tough shot here, and he's hit
9.
that lovely.
Just a thought here about the possible importance of O'Sullivan
60.
gaining the win. When you consider he's
70.
played Alexander Ursenbacher twice before and lost on both occasions.
Yeah, but I don't know what that'll be in his mind. But he'll know that Alex knows he can get over the line against him. So, and it's it's a short format. You can lose to anyone. They're all professionals at the end of the day.
24.
So he won't be sort of that relaxed about it.
$25.
Clearly winning this frame would do him a real favour.
Yeah, I think he couldn't try and move the red here and stay on the red. Yeah, that's what he's tried to do. He's missed the cannon.
$31.
So he might be able to get low on this black, maybe. No, he's missed it. I don't know what he's played there, to be honest. He might flute it.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 31.
I thought he looked very good in his first match against Farah Kajaib. Not so sharp in this one, but could yet get over the line. A lot might depend on this shot.
Yeah, he's got a double on. If he wants to take it, it's risky.
6.
That's the problem
Alfie
with
Burden
doubles.
6.
You've got a chance of leaving it. I don't like doubles for that reason. I always leave it.
One.
I think he played to have an angle to try and develop the yellow there, but he might just have to either try and move it here. He's got an angle, I didn't realise that. That's a great shot. Bit unlucky, but he's still on it.
8.
About as worst it could have landed that, but he's still got a chance to pot it.
$10.
Just caught a sliver of the middle pocket jaw with the cue ball, and that's why he's not quite where he wanted to be.
Still think he's going for it though. No, he's not.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 10.
It's a good shot. I think he might play this with a bit of pace, maybe. Oh no, yeah. Yeah, take your chances trying to get it safe.
Burden making O'Sullivan laugh as the cue ball was coming down the table. Don't know whether you heard. Alfie said, "Get in," and it nearly did. That's what you always used to hear the old commentators say, wasn't it? The match is played in a good spirit.
All lies. All lies. Yeah, it's really all insincere.
Yeah, there was one old journalist who, when someone cracked a joke at the Crucible, he always used to write the story the next day. So-and-so put a smile on the face of Snooker yesterday. As you say, all completely fatuous. I like what I'm seeing here from O'Sullivan. Doing the right things, playing the right shots, treating the game and indeed his opponent and the tournament with respect. Has he got the reward there? I think the pink's in the way.
Yeah, tap on the table from Ronnie there. It's a really good shot. Very easy to catch that. Too thick, put it over the corner pocket. It's a little bit unlucky not to get the snooker, really.
Foul and a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4. Yeah.
One of those situations, Michael, where the 4 penalty points don't make that much difference, in the sense that O'Sullivan's numerical advantage isn't that much greater and the ball's nicely open. Should Burden get the chance to clear, but now he's getting into the territory where he could possibly leave. Oh, had he caught that brown a little thicker, could have left a free ball or snookered himself behind the brown.
Yes, I think I don't know whether he's just trying to get a thin edge off it. I mean, he plays with a good pace. He plays at the right pace. He'd be unlucky to leave it if he hits it fullish, but he's not. He's caught a quarter ball and knocked it up towards the pocket.
19 ahead O'Sullivan, so he needs the green and the brown. And still remaining circumspect. As I said before, good to see. Good to see.
It's a good hit, but he might be in trouble next. That's the problem with playing the sort of slow hit on that sort of shot. You're always giving your opponent a good chance of putting you in trouble, or back to where you were. And again now, I think he's snookered again, so he's in the similar position really. Somebody give him some laughing gas, I think.
I think the psychology there from Burden, indeed from Burden for the last few moments, is to make O'Sullivan feel as though he shouldn't be playing all of this safety, but we all know he should.
Yeah, he keeps playing good shots, and now he's at the blue, so this looks trouble.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 5. Yeah. From there? Yeah.
So he's not having the cue ball put back, he's asking Burden to play from there. And O'Sullivan's making the argument that he didn't play to miss, but that's not the rule anyway.
No, he just said, just crack on, mate. You get on with it. Could it be one of those situations where it's a big turning point? Alfie flukes the green, draw.
Foul and a miss. Alfie Burden 4. Back. Well, you said it now, so it's got to go back, so yeah.
Burden was being ironic. He said straight back and laughing. And of course, once he'd said that, the cue ball had to go back. There were several occasions, you know, last season, indeed over the last few seasons, where O'Sullivan in really important matches didn't have balls put back he should have had. And he almost came unstuck. Eventually, there will come a point where his idea about the rule and the way it's enforced, I think is going to cost him dear at some point of a big tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it could cost him here if he ends up losing this frame. I think that means that Alexander only has to draw, doesn't he?
Alfie Burden 4.
In his last game against Ronnie.
That's right. All very well having firm opinions about the misrule, but you don't want to disadvantage yourself when everyone else is making full use of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the rule at the end of the day, whether you agree with it or not. It'll happen against you enough times, so sometimes you just have to take advantage of it, but Ronnie just wants to not take it, basically.
Alfie, yeah.
The one instance where he's dead against the rule is when he puts an opponent back and he knows that if the opponent misses the snooker again, then they will require snookers, as was the case with Burden a few moments ago.
Yeah, there is a case with the miss rule. Sometimes it's as if now, if you don't hit it, it's always going back. When you can miss it by nothing, really, and it goes back. And my argument is, if you can play to miss it by that much, you might as well play to pot it. Sometimes you just miss it, but maybe Ronnie's thinking like that. Isn't it? Could knock the blue in here. But it's still life in this. He's got one good pot here. He's got a great chance to win the frame. It's going towards a pocket. Ooh. That might might be it.
And this is one of those instances where being able to play left-handed is such a help. As Burden, we see missing that green by the proverbial country mile. Well, he couldn't reach left-handed, so had to play with the rest. But he's knocked it in regardless, and he's on the brown. So all of the talk about whether he should have taken the miss has been rendered moot.
7.
O'Sullivan made a 68 break in the first frame. He won the next on the late colours, the last on the brown.